Hello and welcome back. For tonight's practice, we'll work with a yin-yang practice. So a little bit of active work in the beginning, and then we'll move into a more restorative yin practice. So ideally, you'll have a yoga bolster and maybe 1 or 2 blocks available to work with, or any suitable substitutes. So we'll start in a simple seat. You're welcome to grab any props that you'd like to get comfortable, and take a moment to close your eyes. So working with this yin and yang energy is all about creating balance. So tonight's practice is all about creating balance from the energy of your week into the energy of your weekend. That's simple, yin and yang. So just take a moment to kind of identify with both sides of this in your own body and your own mind. Your more active side and your more passive side. And just set an intention to find balance between the two today. And then when you feel connected to this sense of balance, inhale, stretch the crown of your head to the sky, and exhale, gently release your right ear towards your right shoulder. Soften your jaw. And then exhale, draw your chin in towards your chest, in the center of your body. Inhale, roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then exhale again, draw your chin towards your chest. Inhale to roll toward the right. Exhale, release your chin down. And continue flowing between these half circles, following your own rhythm of breath. Gently release any tension that may have built inside your neck, perhaps from a long work week. Take one more breath in each direction. And then when you're ready, slowly draw your head back to neutral, flutter your eyes open, and draw your fingers to rest on your shoulders. And gently make small circles, rolling your shoulders toward the back of your mat, rolling your elbows toward the back. And then slowly reverse directions and move your elbows and your shoulders forward in space. Take a full breath in. And gently release your hands. Release any props that you might be sitting on and roll forward into a tabletop shape. So align your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees, and create a long line of energy from the crown of your head down through your tailbone. On an inhale, stretch your right leg straight back behind you. Reach out through the ball of your foot. Take a full deep breath in. And as you exhale, draw your knee in toward your nose and round your whole back body. Inhale, stretch and extend your leg back up. And exhale, draw your knee in toward your nose. Press the floor away. Inhale, stretch your leg out. And exhale, draw your knee toward your nose. Inhale, extend back out once again, and then soften and release your knee down to the floor. Stretch and extend your left leg straight back behind you. Kick out through the ball of your foot. Take a full breath in. And exhale, draw your knee toward your nose, round your spine, draw your shoulder blades apart. Inhale, stretch and extend out. And exhale, draw your navel in as you round your back body. Inhale, lengthen back out. And exhale, draw your knee toward your nose. Inhale, reach your leg back out. And exhale, soften and release your knee to the floor. Walk your hands forward, roughly 1 palm's distance. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes underneath, and stretch your hips to the sky in downward facing dog. Take any movements here that feel organic and natural for you, so you can bend one knee at a time. You can sway your hips from side to side. Maybe lift one leg at a time. Do whatever feels good for you. Take a few more breaths just like this, experimenting with what feels good in your own body. And then when you're ready, find your way into a place of stillness. Press down into your fingers, stretch your sit bones high, draw your lower ribs in toward your spine, and elongate your whole back body. Ground down into your left leg and inhale, reach your right leg straight up toward the sky. As you exhale, step your foot forward and through and place it next to your right thumb. Keep your back knee lifted and rise up to your fingertips or onto blocks. Kick energy back through your left heel. Bend deeply into your front knee and align it roughly over your front ankle. Squeeze your legs energetically toward each other. Press down firmly into your right heel and sweep and extend both arms straight up toward the sky. Sink low into your hips and grow tall through your back body. Take a full deep inhale here, and as you exhale, release your hands down to rest onto your hips. Draw your belly in, knit your lower ribs toward your spine, and inhale, expand and lengthen your back. And exhale, lead with your chest to hinge the weight of your torso forward over your front leg. Root down into your legs, squeeze them together, and inhale, lift the weight of your torso back up. Exhale, lean your torso forward. Inhale, rise back up. Last time, exhale, lean your torso forward, and this time keep it leaning forward. You're welcome to keep your hands on your hips or release your hands to blocks in front of you. Draw your belly in, bring your eyes to focus on one point on the floor, and on an inhale, spring off of your back leg and immediately kick and extend it straight back behind you. Send energy out through that leg. You're welcome to keep your hands as they are. Again, they can be on blocks or maybe draw your hands to meet in front of your heart. Elongate the crown of your head forward in space. Square your hips toward the floor, point your toes toward the mat. Take a full deep breath in, and exhale, soften into your standing leg. Release your left foot beside your right, and surrender the weight of your torso forward and down over your legs. Let your upper body become heavy. On an inhale, draw your hands to your thighs or your shins. Elongate your back body. And exhale, surrender and fold forward. Bend your knees, plant your palms, and step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, roll your weight forward into a plank position. Align your shoulders directly over your wrists. And exhale, soften your knees, send your sit bones up high. Reach up and back into downward facing dog. Again, just like that, inhale, roll your weight forward, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, soften your knees, send your hips up high, back into downward facing dog. Take one more roll just like this, wave your body forward and back. And then root down into your right leg, and inhale, sweep your left leg straight to the sky. Exhale, step your foot forward and through and place it next to your left thumb. Rise to blocks or fingertips. Send energy back through your right heel and magnetize your legs toward each other, both front to back and side to side. Ground down into your left heel and press the floor away to sweep your arms straight up toward the sky. Sink the weight of your hips toward the floor, but lift the weight of your back body toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release your hands to rest on your hips. Keep this length you created in your spine, and exhale, lead with your chest, hinge from your hips to dive forward over your front thigh. Inhale, draw yourself all the way back up. Exhale, lean your weight forward. Gather your core and inhale, rise back up. One more time, lean your weight forward, and this time stay as you are. You're welcome to place your hands onto blocks to help stabilize your balance. Root down into your front heel, hug in on your belly, and on an inhale, spring off of your back leg and immediately kick and extend it straight back behind you. You can play with different arm variations, maybe drawing your hands to meet at your heart. Kick your leg back behind you and stretch the crown of your head forward in space. Let these forces oppose each other. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, soften both of your knees. Release your right foot beside your left, and surrender the weight of your torso forward and down toward the floor. Catch a hold of opposite elbows, and let your upper body become very heavy. You're welcome to soften your knees or straighten your legs. Find what feels most comfortable for you. And then shake your head yes, shake your head no. Release tension that you may be holding in your neck. And when you feel ready, find your way into a place of stillness here. So as we shift now toward the yin side of our practice, begin to become passive, slow, soft, finding this other element of your whole being, the opposite of your active side, your yin side. Take 3 deep breaths here. And on your next exhale, gently release your arms toward the floor. Bend your knees deeply and release your seat to the mat. If you'd like to, you can grab a block and place it underneath your pelvis. You also may wish to place another block underneath your knees and stretch your legs forward in front of you. Grab your bolster and place it over your legs. Find length in your spine to begin with, and then allow your spine to surrender to gravity. Round your whole back body, draw your chin towards your chest, and you may wish to create an angle with your bolster, or perhaps you feel that it's appropriate to fold slightly further forward. Allow all of your muscles to relax and soften into the release. Again, become very passive as you surrender over to your yin side. Take 5 deep breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly round up through your spine. Move your props over toward the side. And move your body in any way that it's craving. So you can just bend into one knee at a time. You can wiggle your legs from side to side. Maybe you can bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Give your body whatever it feels it needs right now. And then when you're ready, cross your ankles and roll forward into a tabletop. Slide your right knee up between your thumbs and then slide your ankle toward the left side of your mat. Then keep this configuration as you slide your knee back down in front of your right. And then keep this configuration as you slide your knee back down to meet your left. Slide both ankles toward the outer edges of your mat and then release your seat back down between your heels. And you're welcome to sit onto props here or directly to the floor. If this causes sensitivity in your lower knee, you can stretch and straighten that leg out in front of you. If this causes sensitivity in your top knee, you can take the same shape in your legs, but lying down on your back. So whichever option you take, find length in your spine. And you can choose to stay up tall, keeping this length in your spine. Or if you'd prefer, you can start to round into your back body and release your weight forward and down. And you can use your props in any way that you'd like to feel supported there. When you find a position that feels comfortable, close your eyes, soften your breath, and surrender into the shape. Surrender to this softer yin energy. And after holding the pose for some time, you might feel that you're able to move a little bit further into the shape. So perhaps you will change your edge and maybe readjust your props or reposition yourself to maybe fold a little bit deeper. Find a shape that feels comfortable for your own body so that you can find your own individual balance. Take 5 deep breaths here. On your next inhale, if you fold it slowly round back up through your spine, rise back up to sit. Move your props over toward the side. Plant your palms forward in front of you to lift your hips and slide your way back into a tabletop position. And here, take any movements again that feel good and natural for you. So maybe that means swaying your hips or stretching one leg back at a time, or maybe making circles with your hips. Do whatever feels appropriate for you to release the last pose. And take about another 2 deep breaths wherever you are. And when you're ready, find your way back to a neutral tabletop. Slide your left knee forward between your thumbs and work your ankle toward the right side of your mat. Now keep this same shape and slide your knee back to meet your right. And slide both ankles toward the outer edges of your mat so that you have space to release your seat down between. And again, of course, you can sit onto props here to make this more accessible. You're welcome to extend and straighten your bottom leg, or you can take this same shape on your back. So find the positioning that feels best for you and start with an elongated spine. And then begin to round your back body. Draw your chin toward your chest and round each vertebra of the spine to release down. And you can take your props however you'd like to support you. And once you find a shape that feels comfortable for your body, give yourself permission to surrender to this softer side. And again, after holding for some time, notice if your end point has changed, if your edge has shifted at all, then perhaps you're able to fold a little bit deeper if it feels appropriate, maybe reconfiguring your props into any position that works for you to find the best balance for your own body. Take 5 deep breaths. On your next inhale, slowly round up through your spine. Move any props over toward the side of your mat. And stretch your legs forward in front of you. You can bend into the knees or sway your hips from side to side. Do anything that you need to release the pose. And then when you're ready, come to lie down flat on your back. Walk your feet out roughly as wide as your mat. Release your arms by your sides and close your eyes. Allow yourself to completely surrender here to your softer side, your yin energy. Let everything unwind and unfold. And give in to the relaxing energy of Shavasana. Allowing yourself to completely balance your practice, balancing your yin and your yang sides. And this is where I will leave you tonight. So feel free to stay for as long as you would like, relaxing into this balance. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.